Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is Game 3 between Life and PartinG on Deadwing LE. This is from the semifinal round of Intel Extreme Masters Taipei, held in January 2015. And the series is tied up 1-1 at this point, so it's anybody's series right now. In the last game, PartinG basically pyloned Life out of his natural and his third base for about 5 or 6 minutes. And in response, Life actually, let me pull up the production tab there, attempted a Baneling Zergling bust at the front door of PartinG's natural. PartinG held it off fairly easily. He lost maybe 1 or 2 sentries, a cannon, a few workers, but in the end didn't do enough damage to really make it worth it. And then PartinG showed up at his front door with a giant army of sentries and stalkers and zealots and pretty much just wrecked him with a lot of good force field play, some good micro, and good micro on the back of it. So Life's got to feel a little bit worried about how difficult that game was for him. The first game, he did manage to pull it off a Baneling Ling bust, which was very strong and won him the game, but in the second game it was not enough, did not pull off the victory in that tough position of not being able to expand as much as you want to as a Zerg player, and in the end it cost him. So PartinG actually not doing okay, putting a gateway in his main here. I wonder if on this, yeah, it looks like it is difficult to take a natural if you're a Protoss player. These rocks can be busted down. This area is also open. It's just a huge area to try to cover with buildings. And so he says, alright, I'm going to stay here in my main and wall things off as best I can with my Cyber Core, with my gateway, and just hope that a huge swell of Zerglings doesn't come in too soon. And so spawning pool going down there for the Zerg player. I don't know if he scouted. No, he didn't scout at all. He basically just said, I'm going to go spawning pool first rather than hatchery first, just in case there are cannons coming my way. But if he had seen this kind of a build with the gateway, with the Cyber Core first, he probably still would have gone spawning pool, just because that means there could be like a 4-gate aggression or something. But these speedlings are going to be able to kill this probe, getting 2 hits off. I don't think he's going to make it home. Ooh, even the drone getting a hit in there. Unfortunately, this poor guy's just trying to make it home best he can. Chases him off and takes a third base, which I think, I believe PartinG could just assume, based on the fact that he saw a drone out here at this point in the game, that there was a third going to go down. So he goes ahead and takes his Nexus, but again, it's just so wide open. A whole bunch of Zerglings could come in here and force a cancel on this fairly easily. Deadwing is just such a difficult place for Protoss players to play at this early stages of the game, but it looks like there's no early aggression really planned from Life. He's getting workers. I don't see any more Zerglings on their way. These guys are just really scouts. They see, okay, there is a Nexus, and they're just going to head on, nope, heading back on in. I don't know why they went back there, but Mothership Core going to try to smack down one of these Zerglings at least. They are temporarily kind of blocking off that wall. I think that's what Life was trying to do. 2 more gateways going down at the front. How many gateways do we have now? 1, 2, 3 gateways. We'll probably see a robo coming up soon, just to accompany the rest of the buildings that have come up now. A lot of workers coming out. It is 28 to 23 for the Zerg player. He is macroing hard. His injects are perfect. How much energy on this queen? Oh yeah, 18, 19 energy on that one. None on this one. Oh, this guy will not have enough to inject when he gets there. Or she gets there. I guess queens are female. So many more workers. Oh my goodness. Zergling coming on down, seeing what he can see. Okay, 2 gateways, he says. Can't get through this hole. Kind of looks like he should be able to, you know, like there's enough of a gap for a Zergling to squeeze, but no, according to the map mechanics, you cannot get through there at all. Zergling running around, there is no speed. He is not especially a quick spy, but he is a spy, just trying to see what's happening. And a Forge actually coming down for PartinG, so we'll have to see what happens. Back at these bases, just excellent saturation on his first and second bases from Life. And no gas at all at this point? No, total gasless opening. This is a macro build if there ever was one. I don't think we're going to see Mutalisks. Roaches are probably the best bet at this point, or some kind of mass Zergling play. If you don't have any gas at the 6-7 minute mark of the game, there is a Spine Crawler, and at some point I was going to have to take his gas, maybe once all of his bases are saturated. He has 8 workers here, and he has 9 in production, so I mean, he's just basically counting on PartinG not being able to really do much of anything aggressive at all for at least the next couple minutes. Yeah, there it is. He's saturated on all of his bases, and now he's taking his gas. 2 gas here, nothing in the main, and 1 gas at his second. So his income, oh yeah, 54 harvesters to 41 for PartinG. His income is just massive, of many 1,700 minerals to 1,000 for the Protoss player. As we go back to the production tab, Scouting Phoenix says, oh, Life is up to this many bases. He has this many queens. He is going to be macroing like a beast. This creep tumor spread should be going a little bit better than it is, but again, it is Life. He knows what he's doing. So he probably is busy doing some other things at this point. A third base now going down from PartinG. He says, I can defend with these sentries pretty much forever, but you know what? I'm going to head on out. We're going to try to do a timing attack here. The Roach Warren is not even complete yet. I don't know. I mean, these guys might be able to do a lot of damage just by themselves. We probably need a forward pylon, though. Zerglings scout in, see exactly what's going on, say, oh boy, a lot of sentries out in the open. I wonder, they're heading right for my base. There's a pretty good creep spread. Are these queens enough to handle these sentries? I have to imagine they are. They are ranged, which is nice, but we're going to have to warp in. There we go. There's the forward pylon, and warp in some actual units to compensate for this sentry. Are they going to try to block off the mining here? I guess the spine crawler's there to prevent that from happening. You can kind of force field off these drones from being able to get into the hatchery, which is super annoying. And also kill a whole bunch of them if you do it well enough with these sentries. But major attack here coming on. We are transfusing on the queens that are dying, taking down the zealot. These sentries are like, all right, we're trying to get out of here. Doing some stutter step micro as best they can. Force fielding off, burning down the Zerglings that get caught inside these force field traps. So many Zerglings dying. Trying to take down this Overlord as well. If they get the Mothership Core, no, the Mothership Core does recall everybody home. And most of them are safe. I think he lost a single sentry there, but I guess that was worth it. What did he kill? Some Zerglings. I think all the queens survived, but in response, we are taking a fourth base from Life. So this may be a bit more of a macro game than we've seen in Games 1 and Game 2. That forward pylon is still there. There should be some scouting Zerglings at least trying to find that. Another pylon going over here as well, as maybe a backup forward pylon for PartinG. Who knows? I don't at this point, but we'll keep an eye on that. We're getting Blink. A Blink Stalker attack can be very difficult for a Zerg player to deal with, unless they have Hydralisks. And nope, instead we're just getting a whole ton of Swarm Hosts, which are also pretty good against Blink Stalkers and really most everything that Protoss can do. Sniping down that Mothership Core, almost down into the shields, but not quite. The Queens are too slow to catch the Mothership Core, and so they just content themselves with making creep tumors and spreading the creep as far as they can. I mean, this is nuts. Look at how many creep tumors this is. This is going to spread the creep. Wow. All right, here we come. PartinG says, no, this is enough for you. Enough creep spread. I have an observer. I can see these. And these Blink Stalkers are +1. This is a fairly big army, but at the same time, we have 11 Swarm Hosts. And yes, here come the Locusts. As a result, they're going to push this entire army back. You do not want to fight Locusts whatsoever. Going to try to take that forward pylon. Not able to do it. Able to snipe off a single Roach, which can be very nice for the Protoss player. These creep tumors might go down as well, depending on how brave PartinG is to come up onto the creep at this point. The Locust moving along the left side. Good micro moving along the left side where the force fields are not. Oh, more force fields, though. Do hold everybody off. Swarm Hosts might need to retreat a little bit here. The army was blocked by their own force fields for a second. More Locusts coming in, forcing the retreat of this army. PartinG just wants no part. Haha. No part in this whatsoever. Stalkers are going down. Roaches are dying as well, though. What are we looking at for 70 to 69 Harvesters? PartinG has been macroing behind this, and now the economies are fairly even for both of these players. What do we have here? A warp-in of Zealots right into the main of Life. There's our 2 Spine Crawlers, but not enough to handle this many Zealots. We're going to have to retreat with these Roaches to defend against this. Several Roaches are required. The Queen is trying to get out of there. She is faster than Zealous as long as she stays on the creep. Yes, she does survive. A transfuse going down on that Spine Crawler as well is fantastic. Another major engagement over here. Does snipe off the Mothership Core. Life gets the Mothership Core. A lucky pickoff. No, bad micro from these Roaches means all of them are going to die, forcing more Roaches to come up and respond. Too many Roaches died there. I think, obviously, Life was busy elsewhere, but, you know, still, there was no reason to lose all of those. The Warp Prism escapes out of there. Probably should have done that sooner. Blink Stalkers blinking onto the high ground, taking down workers as best they can. This is a really tough base to hold for Zerg just because of these this blinkable area. Locust coming along the left side, trying to destroy what they can. And how many workers died there? 12 workers died according to my UI here. We are pushing the front door, though, with these Swarm Hosts. Locust coming on in, burning down a pylon. They'll probably get a second pylon as well. They want to kill that Photon Cannon, actually. before they get the cannon, before they get anything else. Can they kill it before they die? The answer is yes, they do kill it and actually get a lot of damage done on that Colossus. A roach does find, 2 roaches do find this pylon. Warp Prism here picks up roaches. Did actually manage to destroy, yes, managed to destroy this 4th base. So good pickup on that drop from the Protoss player. Got to watch that minimap a little bit more closely. I'll try to do that. This army still here trying to pick up reinforcements, trying to take down creep tumors. Might have tried to snipe off some of these swarm hosts that are in the back. The armies are fairly split. We do have roaches and locusts at the front door, which is not something you want to see as a Protoss player. This army doing its best, but is forced to recall to deal with this roach army. Taking down one of the Colossus, that's huge. Can they snipe down the second one? Yes. Managing to get the second one is life. And that's just massive. These locusts are going to be so much harder to kill now. It's just, they should probably stop and just take down this warp gate. I don't know if they want to get in there. They're not attacking anything. Life really needs to do a little bit better with the macro. Here comes a Viper. If any Colossus pop out, they will get yanked into this army. And yes, PartinG calls the GG. That is it. Life takes this game and now leads 2-1. He does take game 3. And PartinG's on his back foot a little bit here. He did a good job sniping off this base. The Zealot attack up here was not the best, however. And in the end, the Locust army was able to get up to the front. Those swarm hosts were buried pretty much right here and doing a lot of damage to the front door. And once those Colossus went down, PartinG just had no idea how to deal with that, no way of dealing with it, and called the GG. So this has been Falcon Paladin with another daily StarCraft 2 professional cast. If you liked what you saw there, hit that like button, subscribe to me, and catch those daily videos. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, you take care of yourself.